Hello, Alaskans. We are here at the Loussac Library, and as you can see, we've got several people here in front of us that seem to think that the people that are running the assembly and the mayor of Anchorage are doing a good job at forcing businesses out of business, bankrupting everybody that lives in our state. Makes you wonder what type of mental health they have. But that's not why we're here today, is it? Sure, you all heard about the scandal going on with the mayor and his sexting and sending out pornographic pictures, and you may or may not want to call it his mistress with Maria Athens there, sending out those text messages. If this was anybody else in the state of Alaska that had done that, and if they had had an R by their name, they would have already resigned because the city of Anchorage would have forced them to do it. But instead,
Doing all right, bud. So you like my gift?
Oh, there we go. Sorry about the technical difficulties there. Had a second of having to get away from the Wi-Fi from the building so it quit saying you're not connected. We're now back live again here in front of the Loussac Library, here to protest our very Dictator Mayor Ethan Berkowitz and his sexting scandal that has been tried to be covered up by the mainstream media of Alaska. They're doing their ultimate best to make sure no one can be able to see what is going on. I'm sure you may have seen the one and only picture that it was able to be released by Maria Athens here on Facebook when she was supposed to go live this past Friday. Isn't that a gorgeous picture? That really is the mayor right there, no matter how much he tried to deny those facts. Then comes out and says, oh, this was consensual adults working together. This is what we call a mistress when you have when you're a married man like that, messing around with a woman that is not you're married to.
Like a hotel carpet. We put that carpet, that's pretty much like a stone carpet.
It's really hard to say where that could be at. I mean, it could be inside his mayor office there, or it could be his home. I mean, APD and the FBI said they investigated this one to the hilt in less than 24 hours after the scandal broke.
It was like 6 hours. She's in jail.
Well, she's already out of jail, but supposedly this 250-some pound man, she got an altercation with him. I mean, she's what, 5 foot nothing and 125 pounds?
Open Anchorage! Open Anchorage! Open Anchorage! Open Anchorage! Open Anchorage! Sorry. Anyways, what was that scandal?
Well, so she was trying to get in, was at her office there for the news station that she works for, and she was stepping out of the building, and supposedly this 250-pound man and her got into an altercation. I know there's other people that got more on the story than I have at the moment. I actually work for a living, so what I could pick up in between the jobs I'm at. And she supposedly assaulted this guy and got arrested for it. It's kind of ironic that was less than an hour or two after she had broke the story on Facebook saying she was going to be on the news that night to talk about the picture you got on your poster right there.
250. What's that woman weigh, about 110?
She's about 125 pounds, 5 foot nothing. I mean, I could pick her up probably with my pinky. That's how small and light she is.
I know why whenever I think of Binky. Oh, this is embarrassing.
Thinking of a pinky. Yeah, that's kind of a...
Resign now.
Resign now. No extensions.
No, the state's attorney general resigned because of his immoral act, which is a lot less than our mayor's.
Oh, tell me, I mean, they made AG Clarkson completely resign over text messages that, in comparison, was basically child's play compared to the pornographic ones the mayor was sending out. And yet the media is sitting there protecting the mayor, and they vilified AG Clarkson for putting hearts after his text messages. Not naked pictures, but hearts. I mean,
The sad thing
Oh, and the mayor's doing the typical.
He used to tell the people, oh, I'm still going to be mayor. How arrogant. How
I did nothing wrong.
Well, first you deny, and then when you get caught with the evidence that's out there, you accept what was out there, but you say, I'm going to continue to do my job. And then as you say, I'm going to continue to do my job.
Open Anchorage! Open Anchorage! Listen to the people! Listen to the people!
You're supporting a lie.
I mean, I'm quite sure by now that this whole story isn't out there for us to hear.
I mean, who could make this up? And I never.
But yeah, the mayor's trying to play himself off as the victim in all of this. I mean, they're both accountable. I'll honestly admit that. They both were in an affair behind the scenes, sexting pictures. I mean, they both have their accountability, but I'm really curious about the pornographic pictures that were supposedly put onto an underage girl's website. Is that true? Is that false? Nothing. He has not come out and denied that's happened.
What does that tell you? Underage. That tells you what?
Can't deny it.
Pedophilia?
Pedophilia, if it's on an underage website, you got it.
And we're stuck with the bills, keeping them open.
I have babies.
Pretty good. I'm going to assume you guys are the union. You are?
Working class.
People
People that are still working.
that are still working. That's unfortunate considering, or fortunate considering all of the businesses that are not working still. I mean, nothing like having all that state money and CARES Act money go directly into your pockets, keeping your job so you can sit at home and do your jobs while everybody else that owns a small business is shut down and suffering. Many are. Really, you guys seem to all be following the COVID restrictions very well by keeping 6 feet apart out here, wearing a mask but still not doing the distancing. It's kind of hypocritical. Obviously. Man, to support a mayor that sister in a sexting scandal like that, that's just absolutely disgusting. Oh, you mean the mayor that's currently trying to defund the police? The one that was trying to pass new ordinances that would cost them their lives, possibly? You mean that mayor? That assembly that you're saying protecting jobs and health? Each as everyone's got their own. Even myself, I've got a big mouth. I don't scared to use it.
Right on. I usually use mine on the internet. They take a lot of my posts off.
Hey, don't forget to like and share out their Facebook crowd. Alaskans need to see that there are Alaskans that are showing up here at the Loussac Library protesting the mayor with his lockdowns, the extension of his emergency powers that's going to happen today. Hey, they want to extend his powers until December 31st. I know of many businesses right now that have finally reopened up their doors and have already notified me that if they get shut down one more time, they will not be here by Christmas. The Oh man, more than once today I've been forced to wear a mask in different businesses here in Alaska and Anchorage. Unlike all those union guys over there who work for Alaska AFL-CIO, who has been receiving millions, multi-million dollars of the CARES Act money to keep themselves open and operating, they could care less about all the small businesses out there that don't receive any of that CARES Act money just because they don't qualify, or because they're locked inside of strip malls that have no way of being able to open their doors, period, like the Perfect Cup, finding themselves completely shut down and ran out of business after 22 plus years. But thank you all for joining us here today. We're at the Loussac Library here in Anchorage, Alaska. Sure, you all have heard about the sexting scandal of the mayor, and between him and his, I don't know any other way to describe it, as his ex-mistress, considering he is a married man. It's really ironic that we can sit there and watch AG Clarkson, who was removed from office, told to resign almost instantly once it became public news media, for putting little hearts behind his text messages and stopping his text messages the moment that he was asked to. But unlike the mayor here, who is caught in his own texting pornographic pictures being sent, he obviously doesn't seem to care about following the laws or his exception, because he's got a D by his name. Because he's a Democrat, we're supposed to all turn a blind eye to it. If he was a Republican, oh my God, I bet you everybody in Alaska would be demanding that he resign now. But no, mainstream media is out there protecting him left and right as if he's God's gift to the world. And here we are at the chambers where he's going to lock up the state again. He's December 31st is what they're looking to extend his emergency powers to. A person that has proven by this sexting scandal that has come out that he cannot be trusted in the state of Alaska, let alone making decisions that are affecting all of our lives. Does anybody else find it at least the slightest bit ironic that the places like Matsu or the Kenai, who have no mandatory mask mandates, are thriving while Anchorage is starving and businesses are shutting down left and right? that the only major outbreaks are happening within Anchorage, where they have a mandatory mask mandate, yet everywhere else in the state that doesn't have one doesn't have these major outbreaks occurring? Well, again, thank you all for tuning in here today. I am going to go ahead and cut this video off right here. You guys all have yourself a great afternoon. I have one more event to go and live stream today. It is about vote no on 2, ranked choice voting. One of the most discriminatory, illegal, best way to describe it, the most uneducated voters in Alaska will end up deciding our elections and who gets into office. Don't forget to like and share. Go to politidic.com, click that donate button. Every little bit helps. Every contribution pays for the gas money for me to be able to show up to events like this one.